first impressions with a new service offered by GitHub called GitHub CoPilot. Now, GitHub CoPilot is, as you can see here, it's your AI pair programmer. And so what that means is that it's an extension that you install with VS Code, and it gives you like superpowers basically. Today I just want to walk through kind of my first impressions and my first play with the tool, because wow, it's really cool. Now, I didn't work on this tool. I have no affiliations with GitHub or anything, so this is just an end user demoing this tool. But wow, it's really cool. So if you go to copilot.github.com, that's where you can actually sign up for the technical preview. There's a little bit of a wait list, so it took about 2 months for me to get access. But it's just really cool. This one, so you can sign up here, but it takes you through some examples. So what is it? Basically, and so we'll start in Python. Python's one of my favorite languages. Basically, if I want to, let's say that I want to write a function that calculates the square root of a number, yeah? So I could say calculate the square root of a number. Yep. I don't know where all that stuff. There we go. And then I go to this line, and then I can hit the little the thing here. Well, we can do that. And then GitHub CoPilot should, there it is, boom, and you can see that it has now populated, and I can hit tab here. It has now populated, even with a contract, how to do the square root of a number. Now calculate the square root of the number of the square root defined, and it returns the square root of the number. So we can see that it does this through, it's quite a complicated way of actually doing the square root. So obviously, you know, that's not a great example. Let's try it again. Let's go through the options though, because there's multiple options. So we can see there, oh, now this is a much better option. So this gives me, that's not actually the square root of a number, is it? It's not quite the simple option. And so you can kind of just do control return, and it will synthesize options for you. So now I've got 10 options for calculating the square root of the number. That appears to be an iterative method. I'm not even sure. Where's the easiest method for calculating the square root of a number? Where's math.squareroot? These are all the so this is all iterating to get the square root of a number. Interesting. So that's quite an interesting example. You would really hope that it would just do math.squareroot.num. Yeah, that's what you would really hope. But I guess maybe you would never write a function to just wrap another function, so it's not going to do that. Let's do something a little more harder. Let's say get the temperature at a given zip code. Define, let's see, get temp zip. Let's see if it gives me that. Oh, look at there. Boom. And it gives me a bunch of imports. So obviously that's a bit weird. So I got to put the imports at the beginning. But then it goes, it gives me an API key. I'm not sure whose API key that is. That's interesting. But then it goes and it calls Weather Underground's API. And it responds, it gives me a bunch of like prints. So what is it responding? Oh, it's just responding with all the things that it responds with. But I could get the temperature there, right? So if I were to say, let's see if it even works. So if we go boom, boom. Well, let's just, we'll go here. get temp, and let's do 6011. Interesting that the default is 90210. Okay, so let's run that. Yeah, it came back 503. So obviously the API key, we'd have to come up with the API key. But even still, that's getting me pretty close. So that's quite interesting. What about, now I know this is the example on the main page, which is get the sentiment of the provided text. Yeah, and you say define get sentiment. Now, and then you would have the text. Yeah. Now let's see what it does. If it does anything. Well, I got nothing. Let's try Control Enter to give me some options. Ooh, look at there. Yeah, this is the option. This is the thing that's on their main website. So now this is going and calling an API called Text Processing API. Now the question is, get, let's just try it. Let's do print, print get sentiment. Oh, this is Python 3. I need my parenthesis. Get sentiment. I love this movie. And see, but there, even there, right there, it clearly understood what I was trying to do, because it gave me kind of a very emotive example. So it clearly understands, you know, the context of the code and what I'm trying to do. So now if we save this and we try to run it, I'm not sure it will actually work. Oh, look at there. Yeah, look at there. And so neutral 0.14, it appears to be 60% positive. So obviously it interpreted it. It interpreted the example that I wanted. Wow. I mean, that's just so cool. I didn't have to go Google it. I didn't have to look it up or anything. It just did it. It just did it. What if, you know, here, let's do an example. Let's do a harder one. Let's say get current time in provided in time zone. So get time in time zone. Time zone. Let's see what it does. Ooh. Oh, there it is. Boom. Now it's a bit weird. It just gave me the URL. So obviously there's a bit more here. So what if there are more options? Let's see. I'm not seeing more options. Let's try the Control Enter, see if we can synthesize some options. Ah, there it is. So that's the option. And yeah, boom. Although I forgot the def, that's why. So there we go. And so now let's print get time and time zone. And see, it's provided me an example. I didn't even have to go look up how to define the time zone. It just provided me an example like that. And then all of a sudden, I mean, we're out of the job, man. We're out of the job. Like that. What do you need humans for anymore? Like, the robots are coming. The robots are coming. So let's just run that. There it is. Boom. There's the time. Is that the time zone in Europe? It's 4:05 here in New Zealand on the 27th. That's 16:05. Yep, that's 3 a.m. in Europe. Wow, that's so cool. Okay, so that's Python. It's got its Python chops. Let's try some JavaScript. I'm not a great JavaScript developer, but let's try it. Let's quick sort a list of numbers, and then function quick sort. I think I got my JavaScript right. Oh, it was giving it to me there. There it is, quick sort. Yep, look at there, and it did the quick sort. So then I could say, ooh, I forgot how to. Let's say, let's do print sorted list. There it is. Okay, and then what is the list? L equals. Yeah, there we go. So that's already sorted. Let's not do that. There we go. It's giving me an example. Now console.log.quicksort. Wow. Okay, but it didn't use my function. And my function, okay. My function I don't think is right either. If my list is less, if the length is less than 2, just return a list. Okay. Then it gives me a pivot. Oh yeah, so it's doing a quick sort on each of the pivots. That's quite interesting. Again, I've just wrapped a function that already exists, so that's not a very good example. But there we go. So if I could do that, I'm not really sure how I can run it. I don't think I have Node.js installed on this machine, so I'm not sure I can actually run it. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, I do have Node on this machine. Okay, so what is in Node? What is the print? Print hello world. Well, it's console.log. Is there another way to print in Node? I don't, I'm not a Node programmer by any means. Well, I can just do this. Looks like it wants me to use console.log. So obviously, oh, I didn't call the function. I'm dumb. I haven't actually done anything. Then we just print sorted. Lawn. So let's do it this way. 5, 3, 7, 4. Let's give it the more, and then let's not do that. Do that. Clearly, I'm messing with it, and then let's try to run that. So the quicksort function is not defined. So I have to include something to use quicksort. I don't actually know how to do that. So let's just try this. Include quicksort. Boom! And so now it's given me this quicksort.js. Now, obviously, I don't think I have quicksort.js. So that's probably not going to work either. Language not supported or defined. Okay, well, JavaScript's not a great example. But it did, if I did have quicksort.js, this would work. What if okay, let's try this. Sort a list of numbers. Function sort list of numbers. Let's see what it gives me. I don't like that one. Let's see what else I got. Can I have a different sort? Okay, there we go. They're all using quicksort. Okay, obviously I don't want to do that. Maybe sorting is not a good example. Let's try something else. Let's try get the median of a list. Is it going to give me something that I can do easy? Is it going to give me median for easy? Nope, it sure isn't. Okay, well that's not quite as intuitive as I was hoping it would be. Let's see how it does that. There we go. Was that the median? Yeah, that is the median for sure. Look at there. Okay, so then if I want console.log median of 1, so that should come back 3, yeah? Yeah, that should come back 3. And then we go control N, undefined. Okay, so that didn't work. Why didn't that work? What if I just return, okay, and then I run that, control save. Okay, so it's clearly returning. So my median, do I have this list right? Is that JavaScript list? I'm pretty sure that's a JavaScript list. How about let's try test median. So it did give me a test, yeah? So that's right. Let's see if I got what other options I have on test median. Okay, yeah, look, there it is. Oh, and it's even it's like, oh, you're gonna do this for mode as well, so I might as well throw that in there, right? Okay, it's still coming back in. It's still coming back undefined. So obviously that's not actually working. I'm not really sure why it's not working because it looks right. My JavaScript's not very good. It's been a while since I wrote in JavaScript. Let's try the mode. Let's see. Let's take this. Let's try the mode one. And then obviously we should have a mode. So let's put 2 that are 4. Okay. Save that. Yes. Okay, so that came back. So clearly it gave me the mode. I never wrote the mode function. I didn't have to go look it up. It just did it. So, okay, and that's JavaScript. Okay, let's try something a little bit more difficult. Let's write some HTML. So, okay, HTML, that's easy. Autocomplete. Now, you see there, it automatically knew, oh, you're going to go to the head tag. Oh, you're going to need a meta tag. Oh, here's your viewport meta tag. Here's a title. It's putting Bootstrap in automatically. Clearly, I'm going to use Bootstrap. Come on, jQuery. Is it going to give me jQuery? It's not giving me jQuery, but I bet if I go include jQuery, yeah, then what happens? Boom! jQuery comes in. Okay. All right, and then all right. Include jQuery UI. Okay, yeah, okay. There it is. Okay. There's the CSS. Yeah, okay. Okay, we've already done that. Now if we do script, if I remember how to do jQuery, there it is. Boom. Okay, obviously I don't have a date picker item in my jQuery, but it gave me that. Wow. I mean, that's just so cool. Okay, so doesn't give me the antibody tag. That's weird. Okay, and then let's say if I had, and it's giving me the Bootstrap setup for a container. That's quite interesting. What if I said, okay, let's try that. Navigation bar. All right, I clearly want a navigation bar. And obviously I'm doing something stupid here. All right, script. There we go. Okay, I want a navigation bar. Didn't give me anything for that. Let's try that. Code language not supported. We only got so far before it oh wait, control enter. Is it gonna give me some navigation bar items? Ooh, that one's a bit hard. Yeah, I didn't come back with anything there. What about, I mean, clearly it's giving me like a, let's do like a 6x6 grid. We'll see if it can do that. Didn't get that one either. That would have been nice. Well, clearly HTML, it's got some things that are somewhat useful. I'm sure there's more here in how to use this. Obviously, I could do all these things. There's H1. It doesn't close the tags though, which is okay. That's right. Okay, that's right. Ooh, you gotta close that one. I didn't quite get there, did it? Okay, well. So HTML, it's somewhat helpful with HTML. It's probably going to be more helpful in the JavaScript. So if I say, let's do function to, let's call the, what API? Let's call the traffic Google Map. Here, let's, there we go. Function to call the Google Maps API. I don't know why I would, there, boom. Look at that. And then there, look at that. And it gave me a Google map. Now, obviously, it's giving me a latitude and longitude. I'd have to provide that. But wow. And so then if I had an element, get the address from the text box. So if I had a text box, let's say input ID equals address. I think I need to type equals text. Okay, that would do that. I'm just curious how do I set? Okay, and then you have an element called map. So then we'd have a div ID equals map. Yeah? Okay, and then on document ready, we would do, and then so we would say all value equals let's say the Beehive in Wellington, New Zealand. Okay, and then so on document ready, I'm gonna init map. Yep. Okay. Now, just keep in mind, I haven't picked up jQuery, Bootstrap, Google Maps API. I haven't picked this up in years. I mean, like nearly a decade. So let's see. Let's see if it works. Let's go and let's open it in the browser. Reveal in Finder. Let's try that. Ooh, don't do that. CoPilot, HTML. Okay, well, there's that. But it didn't actually run. What happened? Google is not defined. What happened there? Okay, where is Google? Google, paid in line 16. Oh, I didn't include the Google Maps. Okay, so I need to include Google. Okay, so include Google Maps. There we go. Now, obviously it's included a key, which is kind of funny. Let's just see what happens. Yeah. Okay, so I need an API key, but you can see now JavaScript error, refer allowed, your site URL is not authorized. So so it's almost there. So let's shift click it. Yeah. So it's almost there. It gets you close, eh? That's quite something, eh? All right. So let's try something a little more esoteric. Let's do Haskell. Now, I am by no means a Haskell developer, and in fact, I've never written a lick of Haskell in my life. So I'm going to try to learn Haskell with the help of my AI pair programmer. And so I'm going to say, first thing with any language, I want to do hello world. Now, obviously, that's not going to be a language. Let me comment it out. And then, obviously, that comment's not going to work. Okay. I don't know how a Haskell function looks. Okay, so it's saying just do that. Now what? No. Okay. Most of these languages have something. Oh, module main where? I don't think that's actually Haskell. I think you're going to have something like main. Yeah, there it is. Main. Put string hello world. Yeah, that's it. So if I hit that, Control N, and there we go. We've got a hello world. So that clearly works. Let's try something harder. Let's say, execute or return Fibonacci number. Return fib, it knows that word. Okay, that's how you define a function, int. That's the first Fibonacci number. That's the first Fibonacci number for the second. That's the nth Fibonacci number. That would be the way that you would define the function. Can I just... Now how do I actually print main equals fib 3? Can I do that? Okay, clearly that doesn't work. Alright, because it doesn't come back a string. Okay, I'm not really sure how to print in Haskell. Okay, print main print fib 3. Let's try that. Something like that. Print fib int to IO, okay. Interesting. So how do, oh, okay, so that now becomes a function. And then I would have something like main equals print fib 3. Surely that's not it. Oh, look at there. Yay! And it printed the Fibonacci. So if I had the 13th Fibonacci number, Control Shift in. Well, 233. I don't know a lick of Haskell. I've never done Haskell before. I know it's sort of this, but... And CoPilot has allowed me to do this without, what, in 3 minutes? I'm writing Haskell. I mean, obviously I'm not going to be a great Haskell programmer, but... I mean, I've written the Fibonacci function. That's, you know, I've solved a high school, you know, computer science problem. What about Rust? Now, I do know a little bit of Rust. Let's say, ask for my name and print it. Function main. That's the, whoa, look at there. Look, let name, ask for name. Function ask for name. Wow. So it gave me a function name. It didn't actually implement the function for me. Wow. And then I was able to let me populate that. That's clearly right. It even gave me error handling. I'm not sure if I can run a Rust. Let's see if I can run Rust. Didn't like IO module. Oh, I gotta include IO. Let's try to include IO. Nope, that's not gonna be it. There it is. Include standard.io. So I think I can, if I do standard like that, maybe that's clearly right. Let's try that. Error, doesn't implement format display. This is where I get into like Rust, and I don't know Rust either. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, that's cool. Let's make it even simpler. Let's just do hello. Clear output. Let's try this. Okay, didn't like that. Let's take that. Let's just try something simple. Hello world. There we go. Okay, so it printed hello. Now let's Control Z. Okay, let's try that. Clear output. Let's see if it freaks out. Okay, so it freaks out. Try adding a return type. Oh, okay. Well, let me try that now. So it has a little bit of error here. Let's try that. Unused variable name. Okay, what is my name? Name is Alan. Didn't like that, did it? Okay, so, and then we do name. Okay, there we go. So we're saving that. Let's run that, see what happens. Code is already running. Okay, well, stop it. Stop code run. Okay, let's try again. Control C in. Aborting due to previous error. Argument is never used. Right. Boom, boom. There we go. Let's try that. What is your name? And of course, I can't type into this, so this is stupid. Let's go to the terminal here. We're going to cheat a little bit. Okay, there we go. What is your name? My name is Alan. Hello, Alan. Cool. So that was what, 4 minutes to my hello world for Rust. And I don't know much Rust. Wow. That was pretty fast. Obviously, I didn't need that. Okay, so let's try. I got one more, and then we'll close this up since we're kind of going a little bit long. Let's try Terraform. Okay, so now here we are, empty Terraform. Let's see how well it does in Terraform. Now, let's say this is Azure. So I'm going to say, set up Terraform Azure Resource Manager Provider. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so it's getting there. Yeah, that's it. But I need to. Okay, there we go. No. Okay, let's try the Control Enter there. Okay, didn't quite get that. Did it? No. So let's prompt it. Okay, that was quick. It gave me Terraform. Now, if I want to use the Azure one, I think I'm going to have something like required providers. Yes. Okay, obviously I don't want Acme, but I think I want Azure RM. Okay, that's not quite right, is it? Okay, that's right. Okay. I can also, can't I do a source? It gave me the source, that's right, okay. Cool, that's pretty slick. I didn't have to go look that up. Now, with anything, I'm gonna start by building a resource group. So resource, I think it's, whoa! It knew that I was gonna build a resource group, and it told me I was gonna build a resource group. Whoa, okay. So my resource group name is like my web app. Okay, name, let's call it my web app. Let's not do that bit. Location is %s, that's probably not right. Let's do it Oz, Australia East, there we go, okay. So it does, it's filling those in, it's not quite there. Okay, in my resource group, I might want a VNet. Let's try that. Resource, Azure RM, virtual network for my web app. Name my web app. It's prompted me for an address space. Okay, let's do that. It's giving me the location. It's also figured out what the location used to be. Okay, let's see if it triggered into, ooh, it did. It automatically triggered into the previous resource group. That's pretty slick. That is pretty slick. Wow. I think we're, let's see, what else is there? Yeah, I mean, that's obviously it. Is that best practice though? Maybe I need tags. Let's see if I got some tags. Whoa, this is a production environment. Okay. So that's somewhat helpful. I mean, if you forget syntax a lot like I do. What about resource, Azure, virtual, what is it, VM? What's the Azure virtual machine? Let's try it this way. Let's say build Azure VM. Ooh. Or we can say, let's not use word, let's use deploy. Deploy Azure VM. Give me an Azure VM. Magic thing. Whoa, there it is. Wow. And there it is. That's Azure VM. And it's already, look, it's wired in. So it's used my web app. It's using the resource group I defined earlier. I haven't defined the network interface. That's interesting. It's giving me a standard Ubuntu server. Wow. That's so cool. Let's deploy our provision subnet. Let's try that. Okay, so there's the subnet. Let's call it 10.0.0.0. We're only going to have the one. Oops, that's not right. That should be right. Yeah. I don't actually have service endpoints. That's fine. I think I can get away with that. Obviously, I don't have Azure set up, so I'm not even going to be able to test this. Provision Nick. Yeah, and there's the network interface. Wow. And so then it's hooked into the subnet. Wow. Okay, that's pretty slick. So it got me into Terraform without having to do a lot. I mean, this just makes things like source code not even, having like IP, not even that useful anymore because, the AI can generate it. All you got to do is tell it what you want, and then it does it for you. I mean, you think about these organizations that make a living off their IP. Well, their IP has now been mined by GitHub, and now GitHub is just able to deliver it. How does this work with copyright, I wonder? Could they? Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I've been going on and on for about 30 minutes, but I did want to just share with everybody my first impressions of this tool. As you can see, this is really, really slick. It is some sorcery level AI. And it's not really AI, is it? It's machine learning, but it is really, really good. So kudos to the folks at GitHub, because this is one of the coolest things I've seen in the DevOps space in a very long time. And wow, I am blown away by the quality of this tool. So yeah, if you've got some thoughts, if you've joined the CoPilot and you've got some thoughts on some cool things that you can do, I'd love to hear them in the comments. So please share. Yeah, but that's all for today. See you later.